Hello, my name is Estefania Peña. This is how you sign my name. I am deaf. I'll talk briefly about my background. I was born hearing, and my parents found out that I was deaf when I was about 9 months old. I received the MMR vaccine, and one of the side effects of that vaccine was a high fever. My fever spiked, and that caused me to become deaf. My parents weren't sure what to do with their first deaf child, so they took me to the Tucson Medical Center, where they met with an audiologist. The audiologist recommended speech therapy and a hearing aid, so my parents complied with the audiologist's recommendations. I went to an oral school in Mexico, where I learned spoken language in Spanish, which was my first language. I capped out at about 20 words. My parents learned about the deaf program in America, so they made the decision to move the entire family to San Diego, California, and that's where I grew up. When I went into preschool, I learned ASL for the first time. My parents at that time did not have access to resources like a deaf mentor program or ASL classes from the community college. My mother didn't know English, so she didn't feel comfortable going to classes. She decided to hire a trilingual interpreter, which is an interpreter who can speak English, Spanish, and knows ASL. The tutor came to my parents' house and taught them ASL and taught them about deaf culture. That didn't last long. As I grew up, I taught my parents how to sign. Sometimes we had to use home signs and gestures. When I got older, I encouraged my parents to use true ASL because I wanted them to be able to communicate with my deaf and hard of hearing friends.